Do you remember Big Hero 6? That movie came out in 2014, and there's a scene where the skyline of San Francisco is filled with these massive balloon-like machines floating in the sky. Back then, it felt like pure sci-fi. Well, fast forward to January 2026. This is China, flying basically the exact same thing. Honestly, it feels like they took the movie a little too seriously. But some of you might say, wait a minute, didn't an MIT-based startup do this already? And you're right. Back in 2014, ironically, the same year the movie dropped, a company called Alteros Energies was testing these huge helium donuts in Alaska. Even Google had a project called Makani based on a similar concept. So if MIT and Google already tried this, why am I hyping up China right now? Watch the video till the end to find out. First, let's talk about what exactly these systems are and how they work. They're called buoyant airborne turbine, or BAT systems. These don't sit on the ground like normal turbines. No towers, no massive foundations. They fly using a kite, glider, or a helium-filled blimp. Every airborne wind system has just two main parts, an aircraft and a generator. There are two main types, ground gen systems and fly gen systems. First, ground gen systems. Think of them like a giant high-tech yo-yo. The aircraft flies in the wind and pulls a long tether. That tether spins a generator on the ground as it unwinds. Then the line gets reeled back in, and the cycle starts again. Second, fly gen systems. Here, the generator is actually on board the aircraft itself. The turbine spins in the air, produces electricity continuously, and sends it down to the ground through a power cable, straight into the grid or a battery system. So why are we putting blimps in the sky? I mean, we already have normal wind turbines, right? Because near the ground, wind is kind of a mess. Buildings, trees, and hills all slow it down and make it turbulent. But a few hundred or even a few thousand meters up, the wind is faster, steadier, and way more predictable. And since wind power scales with the cube of wind speed, even a small increase in speed means a massive jump in power. For example, if you double the wind speed, you get 8 times the power. Wind has the potential to power the world 100 times over, yet only about 4% of the world's electricity currently comes from wind. On top of that, normal wind turbines need giant towers, deep concrete foundations, special transport, and only work in specific windy locations. Try putting a 100-meter tower in a desert, on a mountain, offshore, or in a disaster zone. It's expensive and sometimes impossible. So the idea was simple. If the best wind is in the sky, why not take the turbine to the sky instead of building taller and taller towers? MIT's Alteros and Google's Makani both proved that flying wind turbines actually work. They flew, generated electricity, and even operated autonomously. But both projects were eventually shut down and never deployed commercially. And that's where China did something different. Instead of giving up, China took a systematic, step-by-step approach. First, they built the S500 in 2024, then scaled it to the S1000, then the S1500, and finally, the latest and most powerful version, the S2000. In January 2026, China's S2000 floating wind turbine, with a power generating capacity of 3 megawatts, flew up to about 2,000 meters. In just 1 hour, it produced around 385 kilowatt hours of electricity, enough to charge roughly 30 premium electric vehicles. And here's the real milestone. This wasn't just a demo. It became the world's first high-altitude airborne wind system officially connected to a power grid. The S2000 can be easily transported and stored in shipping containers. Its airborne design allows flexible deployment and retrieval, making it especially suitable for remote areas where large-scale infrastructure is difficult to build. Imagine disaster relief. An earthquake hits, power lines are down. You truck this thing in, inflate it, float it up, and boom. You've got megawatts of power and even a cell tower in the sky within hours. So, would you trust a floating balloon to power your house? And what do you think about the future of these flying systems? If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for more simple explanations of the world around us. Thanks for watching.